Hi, this is Josh Coburn with Chamberlain Real Estate and Mission One Property Management. Today, I want to talk about how to raise rent on your investment properties. This is something that's not easy for a lot of people to even think about. I can't even tell you how many owners I talk to that haven't raised rent in years because they think it's helping their tenants. And yes, financially, it probably helps their tenants a bit. But the reality is most tenants are paying way more money just to live here in California. And if their rent never goes up, what ends up happening is the property probably stops getting taken care of. You need money on the table in order to make sure things are working well and they look good, feel good, and it makes your tenants happy. In 2019, California passed the TPA. That's the Tenant Protection Act. What the TPA said is that you can't raise rent more than 5% plus the CPI or the cost of living. That comes out to approximately 8.3% right now in Orange County and in LA County. And that's done on a yearly basis. Every year you can raise it that maximum amount. Does that mean you always should every year? Not necessarily. Number one is you need to get educated. You really need to understand the law currently and how you're going to communicate with your tenant. Which brings me to number two, which is communicate properly. Not efficiently, not easily, not so it's convenient for you. You need to communicate properly. That means proper notices delivered on a timely basis and that the tenants are feeling heard, not just told what's going to happen. And number three, which encompasses everything, treat your tenants well. Because when you treat your tenants well, they're paying you for your asset to cash flow and to make money and to take care of itself. So if you treat them well, you're treating your property well. So this right here is a market rental analysis. Michael and I put this together for a client we have with a fourplex here in Los Alamitos. What this shows is that we had a new renter that we put into unit 2, and that new renter was paying the market rate, $2,400 a month. The other 3 units were paying the same rent for years. And you can see $1,400, $1,500 a month. We're off by almost $1,000 a month per unit. What that means is our owner is losing out on over $25,000 a year, upwards of $30,000 of rental income that is just lost. Even if she was to raise the rent the full amount, it's going to take years to recoup that money. So the only way to get that money back is for a renter to move out and then to put a new one in at a market rent. Or she could raise the rent every year, 8.3, 8, 7.5, whatever her max is. In this scenario, with the new renter paying the market rate, it made a ton of sense for the other tenants in the building to get full rent raises, especially when the 8.3% was such a minimal amount, 108, 112, 120. These aren't going to break the bank for these renters, but it is going to provide another $4,000 a year for our client to make sure the property is taken care of. And believe me, this property needs some attention. It needs a set aside of money so that when things happen, they can be addressed immediately. Whether you're a tenant or an owner of rental property yourself, or just looking to get an investment property, feel free to reach out to Josh Coburn at Mission One Property Management and Chamberlain Real Estate, or Craig Chamberlain, or my associate Michael Redding, our Director of Property Management. Reach out to the number below or email us anytime. Thanks.